Fan Sports, the sports show that is dedicated to the Seattle sports fan. My name is Dave. This is Kevin, and this is Seahawks Weekly. And our mood has come around a little bit over this last week. Okay, Kevin, we're not talking about miracles here. But before we jump into that, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, give us thumbs up, give us thumbs down if you feel the need to, and make sure you guys leave comments in the comment section down below, because I have a question for y'all that I'm going to drop at the end that I want some answers on from our fans out there at C-Fan Sports. Before we get all that, Kevin, we took down the mighty Jaguars of Jacksonville this last Sunday.
The 1-5 Jaguars. Yeah, the mighty Jags.
Mighty Jaguars, coached by Urban Meyer.
Yep.
And led by one Trevor Lawrence. And Kevin, he looked like a rookie. He absolutely looked like a rookie. And before we jump in the defense, let's tackle who didn't look like a rookie in my eyes was Geno Smith. And we have taken Geno and we have beat him like a piñata on this show, because we have said, that he's not a good quarterback and he's not doing this, and he's not doing that. And he came out, and I think that he played an adequate game, and he didn't make that big mistake that cost us the game. Kevin, your thoughts on Geno?
Well, and I've been really, really hard on Geno, and I am not a fan of Geno, and as everybody should know by now, he actually had a very good game. He 20 of 24, 195 yards, 2 TDs through the air and 1 rushing. Did have 3 sacks, and a couple of them were pretty much on him. But altogether, I thought he played a good game, and it was solid. Some of the throws that he made were outstanding, absolutely outstanding. But there were some other ones that were on the ground behind players, just did not make any sense what he was doing. So I will say, Geno, very good job, nice game, and I'm going to give him a thumbs up. I'm going to give him 2 thumbs up.
All right, good. Kevin, I saw a lot of positive things. First of all, Tyler Lockett, unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
He is just, again, in another league. And DK Metcalf on the other side is just complimenting him. I could not be more impressed with what he's doing.
Absolutely. And both of those TD catches were just outstanding. The one in the end zone that it just went up and got it. It was just a great catch. And that's that's why he's here.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's got the height. He's got the athletic ability. Throw the ball up and let him just be impressive. Yes, absolutely.
Let me ask you this, Kevin. After that game, did you go, gosh, I wish we'd have spent that $14 million on Shaq Griffin? No, I did not either. I was like, okay. All this time I've been pining away thinking, I wish we had Shaq Griffin here. So no, I think that was a wise decision. All right, Kevin. Another guy that stood out this game, little number 25, the little engine that could, Travis Homer, picking up blitzes, and then that last play at the end where they tried the onside kick, and he said, whoop, and he took it to the house.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on Travis, Kevin?
Hey, Travis did a great job. Outstanding. And he was thinking on his feet. They kicked it right to him. Most guys would have jumped on the ground and ended the game. But boy, he did not. He took advantage of it, because why not?
Well, here's the thing, Kevin. You've got to put your best effort forward every week in the NFL. And I think that, unfortunately, hey, I'd probably been mad if somebody done that to the Seahawks. But, hey, it worked out for us. And I'll be all right with that.
Yeah.
Kevin, one of the things that I saw improvement in is one of the things that you complained about last week.
Yes.
I think that Ethan Posick played a much better game than we've been seeing out of Kyle Fuller. Yeah. I was completely impressed with what Ethan did. Was he an all-star? No, but he was serviceable. And when you have Damian Lewis and Gabe Jackson to your left and to your right, all you have to do is be serviceable.
Yeah.
I think that's exactly what he was. I was highly impressed with our offensive line played better.
Absolutely.
Let's flip to the defensive side of the ball. Giving up 7 points all day, tons of pressure on Lawrence.
18 pass pressures.
18 pressures. And so I think that this was a much better effort from the defensive line. The linebackers were swarming, and the defensive backs were playing. They were not giving up those huge gaps of yardage that we've seen in the previous weeks. And those are two pretty good receivers with Jones and Chenault.
Yeah.
And they did a pretty good job of keeping those guys under control. Kevin, what did you see on the defensive side of the ball that stood out to you?
Well, I actually thought the defensive line played way better. Daryl Taylor, hats off to your pick to click.
I got one right. 1 out of 2 ain't bad.
Had 4 quarterback pressures. Carlos Dunlap, 3 quarterback pressures and 2 batted balls. And I'm just telling you, he looked like the Carlos of old. Kerry Hyder Jr., Robert Nkemdiche, they both had 3 quarterback pressures. I really thought that the defensive line played really, really well. Not great, but really well. Enough to keep, Trevor making mistakes and to be able to help the secondary. And I really believe it made a huge impact. But Trey Brown played 95% of the snaps, looked solid. And what I thought was interesting is that Sidney Jones had better stats than DJ Reed. So my player picked to click, DJ Reed did not. He had 0 stats of the game. So,
well, and one of the things that they pointed out though is they didn't throw to his side much either.
We had three targets, 2 completions. So, and then Sidney Jones had 8 targets and 4 receptions. So,
well, both that still pretty much better than what we were seeing out of Flowers. And much better than Griffin got torched for, to be honest with you.
Absolutely.
With all that being said, Kevin, I one of the things that I would like to see improve is, yes, Daryl Taylor had a much better game, but got to start getting guys on the ground.
Yes.
Carlos Hyde got out of his grasp a couple times where he could add some tackles for loss.
Yep.
I'm loving what I'm seeing out of him so far. I just want to see now him to take another step. And he is so fast. He is so disruptive. Yeah. I just can't wait to see what happens when we get this guy fully there.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's going to be a force.
Yeah, and if you can get Carlos to start playing again like Carlos does, I think you got a great tandem there. And we got pressure from Kerry Hyder Jr., Robert Nkemdiche, and then we got also some extra pressure from Rasheem Green. So, it was really, really good. We kind of talked about it a little bit. We don't understand why Benson Mayo is still backpedaling and trying to cover people in the backfield, or
out of the backfield.
It just doesn't make any sense. And can we please figure out how to make a defense stop the screen pass to the running back out of the backfield? I'm just like crying every time.
Right.
It's killing us.
But we injure their running back, and then everything seems to fall off the face of the planet after that. Okay, Kevin, what did you see out of Diggs and number 33?
Quandre Diggs has still been the defensive player of the year. Just outstanding. I have nothing but high praise for Quandre Diggs, and we just need to open up the wallet and pay the guy and keep him in a Seattle uniform. As far as Jamal goes, I really think that Jamal is playing solid, but he's not the Jamal.
He has not had that wrecking ball game yet.
No.
The game where you're just like, he took over that game and exposed the offense on what he can do. That's the thing I am waiting for. I keep like, okay, is this the game? Is this the game that Jamal Adams takes over from the defensive side of the ball where they drop him down in the box? I mean, he had a couple tackles for loss. Yeah. I mean, it seemed like every time they were running, you would see him fly in from the side, but I'd still like to see a 2 or 3 sack game out of him. And I think he has that ability in him.
He has the game-changing ability, but I have not seen it this year at all. You pay him $17.5 million. I would say that he kind of got lazy. I don't know.
I don't think that's it at all. I think that Pete is still trying to figure out how he's going to use him best. I don't think it's a matter of his effort. I still see him giving great effort.
Yeah, that's true. I'll behave myself.
I think that they have not schemed him up the correct way to make the most out of him. Yeah. All right, Kevin. So now we're going to take the mighty Jacksonville Jaguars. We're going to put that game to rest.
Mm-hmm.
Look ahead a little bit. There's going to be a preview next week for the Green Bay Packers.
Yes.
Kevin, do you have any opening thoughts before I ask my question to the CFan fans out there? CFan fans. I like that.
Wow. Yeah. They actually, I think seeing all the little videos that Russell's putting out there, he's on track to start. I mean, he's already throwing 20-yard passes, 2 days after getting the pin removed. I wasn't thinking that it was going to take forever because of the way Russell is. Mm-hmm. But he's actually even surprised me how fast he's recovered.
So, Kevin, will the quarterback matchup be Russell Wilson against Aaron freaking Rodgers on that fateful Sunday?
I know with our pregame disagreement that, yes, I 100% believe that it will be Russell Wilson against Aaron Rodgers.
All right. That's you 100% believe that.
Yep. Because
you heard it here, folks. Kevin has 100% said that it will be Russell Wilson against Aaron Rodgers. There's no chance of it being Gino against Jordan. There's no chance of being Russell against Jordan. I don't think it's that cut and dry. I don't think that Aaron Rodgers is going to have as good a chance to get back to that game as everybody else. First of all, he comes off his quarantine on Saturday. He will be completely removed from the team until the Saturday before the game.
Yes.
And not only that, but he has to pass 2 tests, and he has to not be suspended by the NFL for his not following the rules that are set down by not just the NFL, but the NFLPA that they agreed upon. I think that the simple fact is I think that Aaron Rodgers may have a disciplinary infraction where he may be suspended for a couple of games, or coming out of the COVID protocol, he still has to test negative twice. That is not going to be, that is not a guarantee. People get this sickness and are out for a lot longer than 10 days. It does happen. We'll see what happens. So our question to you guys is, go ahead, Kevin. Sorry to be cut off.
It does happen, but I still don't think that, Aaron Rodgers is going to get punished from the NFL. Even though that he did, you're right, he broke the rules, but it's Aaron Rodgers. And if you have Aaron Rodgers who hasn't practiced in 10 days and some other quarterback, doesn't matter who.
Jordan Love, that's the guy that they went out, spent a first-round draft pick on,
okay,
Kevin.
It could be, whatever. He is not, you're going to take Rodgers every day.
Whatever me, Kevin.
I did whatever you.
Good Lord, are we married now? All right. Our question to all you guys, and please drop it in the comment section down below. Do you think Aaron freaking Rodgers will suit up against the Seattle Seahawks a week from Sunday in Lambeau? That is the question. Please drop that down below. What you think? Am I crazy thinking that he has a 50% chance of not being in this game, or are you 100% chancer with Kevin? Kevin, I only got 2 more words for you. What are they? All right, peace out. Bye.